Hello and welcome. Let us discuss this question that was there in 2024 GS1 mains paper and was asked for 10 marks. That is, we have to write in 150 words. The question is, what is the phenomenon of cloudbursts? Explain. Now, there is a common misunderstanding related to the phenomenon of cloudbursts, that is, it is nothing but the bursting of the cloud. But if we look into the IMD's definition, then cloudbursts are, IMD is Indian Meteorological Department. As per the IMD's definition, cloudbursts are rainfall of 10 centimeter or more in an hour over a roughly 10 square kilometer area. That is, an intense rainfall is happening over a very short period of time over a very specific area. Now, if a rainfall of 5 centimeter is happening in half an hour over a 5 square kilometer area, would that be considered as cloudburst? So as per the IMD's definition, that would also be considered as cloudburst region. Now imagine an area which receives around 100 centimeter average annual rainfall. Now suppose 10 centimeter of rainfall is happening in an hour in that area. That means it is receiving 10% of its annual rainfall in an hour. So that condition would be considered as cloudburst. So this much we will write in the introduction, the basic definition of IMD as far as cloudburst is concerned. In the body part, we will write about the cloudburst as a phenomenon. If we look into the phenomenon, then let us look at this diagram. In this diagram, the warm and moist air is passing through a moisture-laden area, that is a sea region, and as it moves through this area and hit any hilly slope, it rises up. That is, orographic lifting is happening. As it rises up, it carries moisture from the sea region, and as it rises up, it gets cooled because of the loss of latent heat of condensation. Also, because of adiabatic expansion, this gets cooled down, because of which there is a formation of convectional cloud. So if you see that convective clouds such as cumulonimbus clouds are formed in this region because warm and moist air rises rapidly. Now this convective process is fueled by insolation, that is solar heating, and moisture availability, that is it is getting moisture from the adjoining sea region, and also because of atmospheric instability, which is nothing but an adiabatic expansion, because of which atmospheric unstable condition happens. After reaching a certain point, that is a critical point, this releases large amounts of precipitation in a very short period. Now why this is happening? Suppose a cloud is rising up, that is an updraft is happening. Once it gets updrafted, it gets cooled down, that is it is becoming dense, it is becoming heavy, so it tries to fall, that is downdrafting is happening. Once it tries to fall down, again the warm air is pushing it upwards. So this updrafting and downdrafting happens simultaneously, because of which this cloud gets bigger and bigger. That is, the formation of cumulonimbus clouds happen. And once a critical point is reached, there is a formation of large raindrops which descend rapidly due to their size and gravity, resulting in a cloudburst phenomenon. So this is nothing but the cloudburst phenomenon. If we talk about the occurrence of cloudburst event, then cloudbursts are common in hilly and mountainous regions of Indian subcontinent, that is the Himalayan belt as well as the Western Ghats belt. Why this is happening? Because there is orographic lifting in this region where the moist air is forced to rise over the mountains, enhancing cloud development and rainfall. So from the adjoining sea region, that is Arabian Sea region, the Indian monsoon clouds hit the Western Ghats region or it hits the Himalayan region, and again there is a orographic lifting. Because of this lifting and localized weather patterns, so monsoon dynamics as well as localized weather patterns is resulting in the formation of cloudburst event. So during the Indian summer monsoon, moist winds from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal bring abundant moisture to the subcontinent. When these moisture-laden winds interact with local weather systems, they can trigger intense convective activity, leading to cloudburst phenomenon, which we already saw in the diagram. Now, can this cloudburst event be predicted? As far as IMD is considered, or any meteorological agency across the globe is considered, they cannot predict the quantum of rainfall because of various limitations. They can predict or forecast the amount of rainfall, that is light, heavy, or very heavy rainfall. But weather scientists do not predict exactly how much rain is likely to fall at any given place. Also, the forecasts are of relatively large geographical area. That is, if you look into the area, then usually a region or a state or meteorological subdivision or at best a district is the parameter. But the cloudburst event is happening at very specific area, that is around 10 square kilometer area or 5 square kilometer area. So that's why the prediction is difficult. So towards the conclusion part, we can write that the nature of the cloudburst event is unpredictable. So we'll write about the unpredictability of the cloudburst event, but we can also write about mission Mosam, that the number of stations, the number of radars, the numbers of satellites that we are going to install through mission Mosam, we can install that and we can predict better as far as the cloudburst event or any weather phenomenon is considered. So this will be our answer as far as cloudburst event is concerned, where we will bring the definition of the IMD. In the body part, we will write about the phenomenon of the cloudburst, and then we will write about the occurrence of the cloudburst, and towards the end, we will write about the predictability or unpredictable nature of the cloudburst event. Thank you.